Hey everybody, how's it going? Crazy Dave here from Play 2 Hobby Shop side of the game store today, and well, I love me some RC car repairs when people do all sorts of, well, let's just say there's a lot of broken pieces on a XRT, which is a very large vehicle from Traxxas. It's one of their larger, almost fifth scale, sixth scale. It's big, it's ginormous. Well, the difference between an engineer and a mechanic is engineers never actually really have to work on this stuff. And while engineers are basically putting this stuff so that way everything works good and everything is in here, and the plastic stuff fails, so we upgrade to the aluminum, steel, whatever, stuff, parts, great, whatever. It's all the same mechanics and the same engineering, but here's the difference, okay? When you actually have to work on this and put it back together, and things have to go where they gotta go for it to work right, and you line things up and you get them in there, and you're like, oh, it's gonna be so great, and well, not everything really is easy to work on, because trying to get things where they gotta get to just doesn't really happen. So the problem is you can't always get what you want. So you try sometime, woo 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 woo. Well, there's that little shaft down in there, and that shaft has to connect to that pivot arm, the pitman arm that's coming off of the steering servo. In order to do that, some engineer put this on here, and there's no way to get to it. Even though there is this little opening that's there on both sides, you really can't get in there at the right angle with an Allen key to get this screw on the bottom of that into there to hold that steering shaft. So you got to do things like line it up and look at a spot and say, well, if you can't beat them, join them by drilling a hole in the plastic that you can now access that with your screwdriver from the bottom and put a post right up through there into it, directly in line. Kerpow. So that's your hopeful tip today. Anybody who has an XRT and has blown apart the front end because they clipped a culvert or a telephone pole or somebody's parked car or any crazy other sort of mishap, that's how you do that. You're welcome. Hobby tips here from Plates 2. Peace.